What's up, y'all? This is Tennessee T. Wayne, and it is time for a dip of snuff. Get your dip on. Join me. We'll have a talk over a can. Pack of fatty. It is a bargain. Yeah. I get it all over me every time. My Gatorade mud jug. So how you doing? I'm doing pretty good, I guess. Let me turn my hat back around. I'm trying to get to where freaking light. There we go. That's a little bit better, I guess. All right. I want to talk about something today. It's kind of, well, it's my opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinion about things, and this is one of those things where you may not agree with me, but it's my opinion, and you have yours, and so. But I want to talk about bullying. You know, a lot of kids are going back to school this week or next week, or mine's going back in a couple weeks, and you know, that's the thing that a lot of kids will have to deal with is bullying. So I want to talk a little bit about it today. Well, it's not. It's like almost 2 in the morning. But like I said, I can't never sleep at night because I work night shift, so I'm highly trained to stay up all night. But let's talk about bullying. You know, a lot of people say, you know, they say hurtful things, and you know, a lot of times if you're bullied, see, I was bullied for 4 or 5 years, and you know, a lot of the things that they say to you, you know, well, they stick with you through your life. And you know, even now as a grown man, there's still times somebody be joking with me and say something, you know, and I get mad about it or something because it just makes me have a flashback of what a bully said to me or something. And you know, they could even just be joking, you know, and I just think of that, but that's just me. But you know, I'll tell you a little bit about my experiences with bullying. I was bullied through mostly toward the end of elementary school, 5th to 6th grade, and you know, in middle school I got bullied a lot, and not as bad in middle school, and not as bad my freshman year. But the problem was I took it. I know, you know, I wasn't. My dad always told me not to pick a fight, you know, so I didn't want to start no fight, you know, and they wasn't really trying to fight. They was just picking on me, you know, bullying me, saying hurtful things, stuff. But I was called, you know, I'm overweight. I mean, there ain't no secret, but I like to eat. You know, who gives a damn? But I was called fat ass, fat boy, you know, fatty, you know, porky, all kinds of shit. And you know, back then it hurt, you know. Now I don't care, but back then, you know, it did. It killed me because, you know, I tried to lose weight, but I just, you know, I've lost weight. You know, I'm not as big as I used to be. At one point in time, I was 315 pounds. You know, I'm about 260, 255 now, so, you know, I'm there, I guess, but I'm just me. But, you know, I was quiet in school, and a lot of times, you know, people took that as me being stupid or something. Because, you know, if you talked, you got in trouble and stuff, so I stay quiet. But, you know, I talked to my friends, and, you know, my little group of friends I had, I talked to them. You know, I mean, I talked a lot. It's just when I was in class or something, around a bunch of people I didn't know, I didn't talk any. And so I got to start calling stupid, retard, dumbass, you know, idiot, everything. I got called all those names, and I took it. I never did stand up for myself, and it caused permanent effects, you know, with my mind and stuff that I'll always carry with me. And what I done was, and I'm not telling you to go get in a fight, I'm not telling you to go punch somebody in the face. No, I'm not telling you to do anything like that. I'm just telling you, defend yourself, stick up for yourself. Don't do what I done. But I would tell you how I dealt with it, how in the end I fixed it. And I may not done it the right way, but it's the way I done it, and it worked. But there's this one boy. Me and him, I guess it's our senior year. We actually become friends, and still this day we talk to each other. But he was probably the worst bully I ever had, and he bullied me in middle school, and we hit high school, and man, it's time to grow the hell up. Then it's time to grow up. And my freshman year, I thought, I was like, I've been bullied for years now. I ain't taking it no more. I'm tired of it. I'm going to do what I got to do, but I'm going to end it. So it was the first day of school, my freshman year, and we was all sitting there in the bleachers, and he came in, and I remember he came in, and he didn't do nothing to me or nothing, not a thing, but as soon as I seen him, my blood boiled. I hated him. I developed a hatred because of what he put me through, and honestly, I instantly got pissed. And when I seen him, I was mad, and he hadn't done anything, but he came toward me, and he was trying to get by me, but he got in front. He went to cross in front of me, and on the bleachers there where my feet was, and he stepped on my foot. And then my mom started saying, "Well, he didn't mean to do it," and they used to overreact to it, nothing like that. But then I was like, "No, he meant to." And I said, if I sit here and take this, after all I took from him, he's going to keep on doing it, and I'm not going through 4 years of damn high school, getting bullied. So I was like, I'm going to do something about it. Well, I didn't say nothing, but I held my tongue. He stepped on my foot again. Well, when he did, I jumped up, and I said a few choice words that I can't repeat on here. What the hell was that? I'm getting attacked with some kind of bug. But anyway, I said a few words that I'm not going to repeat on here, just in case there's some kids listening and watching, but I yelled a few things, and I pushed him down the bleachers. And when I did, I remember he fell down on these two girls, and the girls, they was talking, they wasn't paying attention, and they didn't know what happened. They should have been mad at me probably, but he fell down on top of them, and they screamed, and they jumped up, and they smacked the hell plumb out of him. And I remember he got up and he sat down beside me with my cousin Chris, and he's like my brother, and he sat down beside him, and he's rubbing his face, and he's like, "What the hell's wrong with Tommy?" And Chris is like, "Hell if I know." And I was like, "Man, I'm tired of it." I said, "I ain't taking your crap no more. I'm not." I said, "You want to bully somebody? It's not going to be me." I said, "I don't want to fight you, but if I have to, I will." I said, "We're going to end it today. Today will be the last day that it happens." He was quiet. He heard me out. And I said, "I'm tired of your shit. I'm not putting up with it for 4 more years. It is over with." And he never did say nothing back. And that was the last time he ever messed with me, because I stood up to him. And see, a lot of times a bully don't want to fight. A lot of times they don't want to physically, getting physical, do anything, physically with you. Some bullies are physical. I've been pushed around, hit, smacked, whatever, but if they know you're going to do it back, they're not going to mess with you. They're going to stop. They're going to leave you alone, because all a bully wants, a lot of times a bully, what they pick on you about and what they call, the names they call you, or they're trying to make themselves feel better, because maybe, they might be maybe a bully is calling them that name. Maybe they're being bullied themselves, or maybe it's something at home, maybe they're going through, and they want, instead of dealing with it on their own, they take it out on somebody else. And if they see, and they're looking for a weak target, and if you sit there and take it, that you're their weak target, and they're going to keep on doing it. They're going to keep on, and they ain't going to stop. And but I told him I wasn't putting up with shit no more, and if he wanted to go, let's go. He backed down. He didn't do it no more. Never had a problem with him after that. That's a lot of times that's all they look for, is a weak target. So I said, I told him that. And another kid, it was later on, actually it was on in the freshman year, and I made a promise to myself that day with that kid that I wasn't going to, no matter what, no matter who it was, no matter how big they was, no matter who there was, I wasn't putting up with it anymore, no matter what. And I kept that promise to myself and later on in the year, there's this one kid that he may have just been joking, but like I said, I wasn't putting up with it no more. So we was in class, and this kid came up to me, and he had a whole bag of Doritos, and he crushed that whole bag in his hand until there was crumbs, and he opened the bag and poured it on top of my head. Poured the whole freaking bag on top of my head. Well, I instantly become pissed, and the whole class is laughing at me, you know. I mean, they was agging it on, and he was laughing, and he sat down beside me. When he did, I jumped up, and I grabbed him by the throat, and I pretty much choke slammed his ass into a chair, and I held him down by the throat in that chair as hard as I could. I mean, I was squeezing the shit out of him, and he couldn't breathe or nothing. And in between breaths, he was like, "I was just joking." He's like, "I was just kidding." And I was like, "I don't give a damn what you doing." No, it's like, "You ain't gonna do that shit to me no more. I ain't putting up this crap." I said, "I don't care what kind of damn joke it is. I didn't think it was too funny. I ain't laughing. Whether the rest of you some bitches are or not, I'm not." You know? And he's like, "I was just joking, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." And I didn't let up. He was begging me to let him go, and I wouldn't. Those people trying to pull me off of him and everything else. And I just kept on squeezing. He's like, "I'm sorry, man." There's tears coming out of his eyes. And I finally let him up. And I said, "I ain't putting up with your shit no more." I said, do I make myself clear, or do I need to make it clearer for you so you can understand? I said, "Are you smart enough to understand what I'm saying to you?" He's like, "Man, I was just joking." And I said, "I don't care. I didn't think it was funny. I wasn't laughing. Everybody else was, but I wasn't, you know." After that, he never messed with me either. And no, from then on there, I never got bored again, because they knew, everybody else seen that, they knew not to mess with me because I wasn't putting up with the crap, you know. And that's the main thing. Show them that you're not scared. Show them that you're not going to back down, because I'm telling you, they ain't going to want to fight every single day, you know. And I'm not telling you go get in a fight. I'm not telling you deal with it physically, you know. But if they know that if they pick on you, they're going to have to fight you, hell, they might do it. You might get your ass beat. You may beat their ass. But either way, no matter which way it happens, they're going to quit bullying you, because they're going to realize, okay, every single time that I bully him, I'm going to have to fight him. And they ain't going to want to get punched in the face every single day. That might get hurt. That might hurt after a while, you know. So basically, what I'm telling you to do is stick up for yourself, you know. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to hit you anyway. They're going to back down, because they're going to see, well, he ain't a weak target. I need to find somebody else to deal with, you know. And if you're a bully yourself, you need to think. You need to treat people the way you want to be treated. If you called kids a name or something, even if you're joking and you think it's funny, your friends think it's funny, and that kid, it hurts that kid, well, just think, if the roles were reversed, and there's a big guy calling you those names, how would you feel about it? Would you think it's funny? Would you like be called stupid or idiot or something like that? I mean, would you think that it's funny? No, most of you all will say no. It ain't funny when they're serious about it, you know. And you know, if it's your friends or something, like me and my friends, we call each other dumbasses and everything else all the time. That's just us. We think it's funny. We know that we're joking. But if it's somebody that you ain't really friends with and they're doing it, it's different. You know, it's not the same thing. And basically what I learned is, if you stick up for yourself, that they'll leave you alone. And I wish to God I'd have done it all the times I got bullied in elementary school and middle school. I should have done it then, instead of waiting until high school. Don't wait to do it, because more than likely that kid's going to be around you for the rest of your school life. I mean, if you're in the same grade or close to it, you're going to see them through middle school and high school. So you might as well end it now. Don't sit there and take it. It don't matter if they're way bigger than you or way stronger than you or whatever. Like I said, they're going to know that if they miss you, they're going to have to deal. You know, they're going to have consequences. They're not going to get hit in the face every single day. So they'll quit. I promise you, they'll quit. And they may ghost bully somebody else or whatever, but they won't bully you no more. And that kid that they bullied, they need to stick up for them too. Eventually, they'll end up realize this ain't for me. They'll quit. Now, for you parents at home, if your kid's being bullied, make sure don't tell them not to stick up for themselves. Make sure that you let them know that if push comes to shove and they end up having to fight over something like that, that they're not going to get in trouble because, and I don't tell them to go get in a fight. I'm just saying if they're getting bullied and they have to stick up for themselves and it ends up they have to fight, tell them to stick up for themselves no matter what. I mean, you don't want your kid bullied all through school because that's how people end up. You see all the time, you know, on headlines, you see people bringing guns to school and killing people. They got bullied. They shot them, you know. All they was doing is taking care of that hatred, not thinking, realizing what they're actually doing, and they go to prison the rest of their life. And they kill some, you know, they kill people. And you see all the time people committing suicide or doing drugs or something like that because they think the pain is so great they can't deal with it and they don't know what to do. You know, and that's not the answer. If those thoughts are going through your head, that is not the answer, trust me. All you're doing is you're going to pass the pain off to somebody else. You know, it's going to pass off to your parents or your friends or somebody. And, you know, no matter what, that pain will still be here. It'll just be somebody else's pain. You know, life sucks sometimes. I know, I go through stuff all the time. I go through shit myself. But I'm going through stuff now. But killing yourself ain't going to fix anything. You know, it's not going to help. It's just going to pass the pain on. And you got to learn to deal with it somehow. I don't know how, because everybody's got their own way, so I don't know how to tell you to deal with it. But just learn your own way to deal with it and fix it the way that you know how to do it. Be yourself. Be true to you. You know, God created us all as equals. No matter what your color skin, no matter how smart you are, no matter how big or how tiny you are, how weak, how strong, we're all created equal. We all have a heart, we all have minds, we all have a soul, And, you need to, well, I don't know how to put it there, but I just lost my train of thought where I was going with that. Just scratch that out. Forget what I just said there. You are beautiful in your own way. There we go. No matter how many people call you ugly or anything else, you are beautiful. You're a beautiful person. Everybody's beautiful inside. You are a beautiful person. You need to realize that. Don't let anybody tell you that you ain't beautiful, because you are in your own way. And if you're a parent of a kid and they're bullying somebody, first thing is, make sure it's not something you're doing at home. Make sure you're not bullying your own kid. Make sure that they're not going through something, or something that's making them take it out on other people by bullying. Now, if they're just doing it to be little assholes, bust their ass. Okay, you may not agree with me on that, but timeout don't work for older kids. Now, I'm not saying beat your kids. I'm saying that if they're doing it to be little assholes, because they want to act out and if they can get away with it, bust their ass and show them right from wrong. Show them how to act. Okay, don't encourage bullying. Stop it, right? Stop it. You have the power to stop it, parents. You have the power to stop it. Okay, if it's something they're going through, you help them get through it without bullying people. If they're doing it to be little assholes, bust their ass, punish them. Like if they're older or something, take their phone away. Like when I was growing up, my dad beat my ass. I deserved about every whooping I got, But when I got older, he started taking my cell phone, my video games. He took my truck keys. When he took those things, and honestly, I would rather got my ass busted instead of gotten those things taken away. So as they get older, their phone is like a teenager's lifeline. You take that, they will beg you to bust their hind end instead. That is like the worst punishment ever when you're older. But as a young kid, you got to teach them right from wrong, or they won't know. A good ass busting never hurt nobody. Well, it hurts for a few minutes, but they'll get over it, I promise. But, just know that you're beautiful, and know that, you may not be able to spell the best or something. I can't spell half the time myself. That don't mean I'm dumb. It just means, I don't know. But it don't make you stupid just because you can't do something that's good. You can't read good or you can't spell good. That don't make you stupid. You see these kids all the time, you popular kids. Maybe you ain't got bullied. You're popular, I'm going to give you advice. Those popular friends, that popular crowd you got. See, I was in school, I wasn't the least popular, but I wasn't the most either. I was right in the middle. And a lot of those friends I had that was more on the popular side, there's a couple of them dead. There's a couple of them in jail. There's some of them that got out and got on drugs and ruined their life. There's some of them that never amounted to anything, you know. That popularity won't get you through life. Trust me. Now, the kids, you see kids all the time that's sitting by themselves in the lunchroom because nobody wants to be around them. You know, everybody's afraid to sit with them because they can't read good or something like that. You know, they sit by themselves, they eat lunch by themselves, and they have no friends because nobody wants to sit with them. So my advice to you, go sit with that kid, because I did. And you know what? In 13 years, I still got 2 of those friends. The kind that used to sit by themselves, because nobody else want to be around them. Those two, 3 friends I still got that's like that are still my friends 13 years later. That popular crowd that I had friends with, like I said, some of them are dead, some are in prison, some of them after high school they went separate ways, did their own thing. I haven't heard from them since. Have not heard from them since. You know, now those kids that the less popular crowd that I hung out with, I just left one of their houses 2 hours ago. No, another one I see about every other day. They stuck with me. I'm telling you right now, that less popular kid that sits by himself at lunch, that will be the best friend that you have ever had. I guarantee it. That will be a true friend, because all they want is a friend. You show them friendship, you be their friend, they won't let you down. I guarantee it. I can promise you, in this life, in your entirety of life, that will be the best friends that you'll ever make. So next time you're at school, go sit with that kid that's by himself. Go talk to him. Go become his friend, and you'll never regret it. I promise you. The popular crowd won't like it. They may make fun of you over it. Ignore them. Don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, you'll have that friend and they won't have nobody. When after school's out and you go your separate ways, that popular crowd, they'll go do their thing. But those less popular kids that nobody liked, they'll stick by your side forever. That will be like your backbone for the rest of your life, because those friends will never quit on you, because you gave them a chance when nobody else would. So my advice to you is, next time you see that kid sitting by himself, go sit and talk to him, because I guarantee all he wants is a friend, and you will gain a lifelong friend that will never let you down if you do that. Mark my words. And like I said, those 2 or 3 friends I have still that's like that, they're like my brothers, and I wouldn't trade them for anything in this world. Now in school, that wasn't the most popular thing to do. A lot of kids didn't like that I hung out with those kind of people, but I still got them. You know, I still got my friends like my brothers. I'll do anything for them. They do anything for me. I got lifelong friends because I made that choice, and I want you to do the same thing. You know, be yourself. That's the main thing. Be yourself. Be who God meant for you to be. Be who your parents raised you to be. Don't outgrow your raising. Don't act like you're better than anybody else, because you're not. Because like I said in my first video, everybody's got a crack in their ass. It may not be in the right place, but there's a crack there somewhere. Everybody has a crack in their hind end. No one is better than anybody else. Whether your parents have a lot of money, whether your parents don't have a lot of money, you know, whether you drive a 2017 car or you drive a damn 1987 car. I mean, you know, it don't matter. You're not better than anybody else. You are the same, you know. No matter what your financial status is, or no matter how good your life is, you're no better than the poorest person on this earth. We're all humans. We're all the same in the inside. And basically what I'm coming from this, I'm sorry this video is so long, but when you get me on this subject, I got a lot to say. You know, don't take no shit. Don't sit and be bullied. Stand up for yourself. Don't bully anybody. If you're bullying somebody, you need to get help. You need to talk to your parents, a counselor or something, you know, and see what you can do to sort those feelings out, to where you don't take it out on somebody that didn't do anything to you, most likely, you know. But don't get picked on. Don't get bullied. Stand up for yourself. Be friendly to everybody. You want respect, you give respect. You give respect and they don't give it back, that's their choice. They'll have to live with that, not you. Because you'll lay down at night and know that you gave your respect. You lay down at night and know that you treated them like somebody. And you'll go to sleep with a smile on your face, and they'll go to sleep wishing to God they had one day. Because when they get older and realize what they done, they're going to regret how they used to be. I guarantee it. And if there's any people watching this that used to be a bully, you might agree with me on that. I'm sure you regret what you've done. I'm sure you regret all those times that you've done that to those kids. And if you got bullied, I'm sure you, like me, You know, if you didn't stand up for yourself, you probably wish you would have. But that's about all I got to say about it. Like I said, that's my opinion. If you don't agree with me, I'm sorry. That's your opinion. I got one just like everybody else does. We all got an opinion, but that's my stand on it. And I hope maybe I help somebody. I hope maybe my words of encouragement, help you deal with your problems. And if you got something else you'd like me to talk about, comment and tell me. Subscribe, please. Tell your friends about me or whatever. But till next time, this is T Wayne, and get your dip on, keep it real, and I'll talk to y'all later.